Hey kiddos, about Ky'veza, Nexus Princess Mythic. I've made a mini guide for melees and ranged and tanks. Tanks you can skip to the end. I'll talk about the tanking things at the end if you guys don't want to watch the melee and range POV. For melee and range POV, it's the same fight, but it's best to see it from a melee and range POV separately. And one thing you have to understand, and it's very important, the fight is literally copy-paste, literally the same in phase 1, 2, and 3. Nothing changes. We're following the Echo strat. Most of the guilds are following the Echo strat. And that strat is literally the same. Nothing changes. So once we memorize phase 1, it's the same in the other phases. The only thing that's weird is the RNG. If you keep getting hit by the same ability more than once, you might run out of defensives. And we'll get a weak aura for that. We'll talk about that later. Okay, first things first. We pull the boss. You get the portals. Where do you go with these portals? This is how the markers are placed. Don't worry about the markers. Don't worry about the mythic mechanic. Just go with me step by step, and we'll go through it. Sorry. You drop the portals on the tips here. Exactly these tips, basically. And we'll see them now in the video. Next to the marker on these tips. Exactly here. You can go a bit behind or a bit forward, that's fine. But you have to understand that this area is banned. You cannot drop any portals here. This is very important because later in the fight, the boss will have the same movement at the exact moment every pull because we make sure Skull doesn't have a portal in it. Never, ever, ever drop a portal on Skull. You can send a dash there, but not a portal. You know, the portals, the purple circles under you. Okay, that's it. We're going to watch this from one POV. We don't need the melee POV for this. It's the same for everybody. One thing to note, actually, and this is very important, I need to mention it here. After you drop your portal, always, you want to move right. Right. Always move right here, yeah? Facing the boss. And you want to stand in this line here. Exactly this line. Why? Because when you spawn your Queen's Bane balls, orbs, they always go in the same direction. In Mythic, they always have the same direction. So if you're standing exactly here, you're going to make sure that nobody gets hit in the middle, which is perfect. The only thing worth mentioning here is whoever gets the 5th application of the debuff, and I'll explain it now in a bit. When she puts the portals on you guys, she dashes on you, and there's a 0.2 second or 0.5 second delay between each. And whoever gets number 5, Muffy's making a weak aura for that, needs to go a little bit extra. And I'll explain it now. So he got orb 5 here. This is the weak aura. For you, it's going to say orb 5, go far or something. We'll see what we get. All you need to understand is that you will spawn your orbs 1 second after everyone else. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4, they're okay. Maybe 4 has to go a bit far, but number 5, you need to be very far. And we'll watch this now. He has 3 seconds left on his thing. Notice when it pops. It pops at this moment, while everyone else is popped outside. And you see, his balls are the only ones going in. That's why we're going to go super 5. If he was a bit close, it would have popped in the melee and killed at least someone that's straying along or the other people getting sucked in. But that's generally the point. You want to move to the right of your portal so you don't clash with anyone else. And that's it. And never, ever, ever drop it on red marker. If you see here, never, ever drop anything on red because that's where the boss will be tanked and you don't want to be there. Okay, now after you drop your portal, we will have 2 dashes. It's going to be portal dropping, suck, and then dash 1, and then suck, and then dash 2. Dash number 1, the first dash. You want to move it. You want to look at your ad. Let's say you're here. You want to look at your ad, look at the red arrow, and then count 1, 2, and go to the second marker to the right. We're gonna call this in the weak aura 2 markers right, basically. You want to look at the ad, look at the arrow facing you, and you say, okay, 1, 2, I'm going to go to the second marker to the right. Now, why are we doing this? Why exactly this? I'll explain later. You don't have to worry about that. Just do this and that's that. I just don't want to make this video any longer. We're going to watch this from a melee POV and a range POV.
Go into the road markers.
You get the markers. You stop doing what you're doing. I mean, there's a weak aura that will tell you that you get this. You look at your arrow. 1, 2, I'm moving to star marker. Exactly on the marker. This is very important. He got the debuff. Remember, you're going to go right. You have to be in this middle area because of what we talked about, how the Queen's Bane goes. Pumps the boss for a bit and then moves out. You see, this is why it's important. You want to keep middle safe. Okay, that's melee POV, range POV here. This is the arrow on me. You don't have to rush. You have enough time. You have like 4 seconds to decide, and you only need 2. You look 1, 2, diamond. Okay, I'm going to diamond. Boom, done. And then this is your marker to go out. You don't have to rush that far. You can stay close a bit, get some healing, and then move out in the last 3 seconds. You're gonna get sucked in. You should be safe here, and then you go back to the team. So that's the first dash. Very simple, very easy. You look, move 1, 2, and that's it. Go there. Now the second dash is even easier than that. Literally much easier. You look at your arrow. If this is your arrow, you literally go opposite. You make it go through the boss, and you stand behind the other ad. This is important because you don't want to get hit by 2 ads. You flip it to the other side. That's it. You notice that this is your arrow. You're here. You just move out. And we will have movement speed for these, of course. You make it go through the boss. And then, of course, you can DPS the boss a bit and then move out with your debuff. This is melee POV, same shaman.
Next ones are going to go through the middle of the room, through the boss.
The boss will be tanked in the middle also. So you look at your arrow. Okay, it's here. I'm going to go behind this ad. Melee's, there's no way around this. Yeah, you will lose uptime. There is literally no way around this. So just, take the L.
Good.
He goes back in, pumps, it's fine. No worries. As long as you know you have to go out, it's fine. You want to go back to the same spot you were, to the right or left. Never on this line. You want to be here or here, just like we talked about. You can stand behind someone else. Like instead of going right, he went left. It's fine. As long as you stand exactly behind them, it's no biggie. It's fine. It's the same. Ideally, you want to go right. Anyways, ideally, you want to go right. That's melee POV, and this is range POV. So you want them to go through middle here. The hunter gets it, moves back, and I want to talk about something he does here. He turtles, and this is very important. This is halfway mid-fight. In the middle of the fight, we encourage you guys to use your immunities because it removes the entire debuff from you. If you notice, he turtles. And he doesn't even get the debuff, the balls or whatever. He just ignores everything, goes back in and pumps. We don't have CDs in the middle of the fight because we use them in the beginning, so they come back at the end. So in the middle of the fight, that's when we're going to use your immunities, and most likely we'll assign our bops here. Most likely. We'll have to see how it goes. So that's it. That's basically the dashes. Dash 1, dash 2, and where you place the portals. Now, the next part is intermission. And about intermission, this is our assignment right now. We've assigned the evokers and the healers in the inner ring, and then everybody else in the outer ring should be fine. You have plenty of range. I think most of them are standing here even. You don't have to worry about that. So you can stand all the way back here. It's no big deal. You should be in range. Both tanks should stand in the same position. On the other melees just stand on the edges here, and you have to understand that the way it comes is that pieces slices. We'll see it now in melee POV anyways. These numbers you guys are assigned, but I'm going to use these numbers to assign you guys. The assignments are done. I'll share them later anyways. So this is intermission, I believe, as enhancement shaman. Intermission. One of the melees, you take this point for example. And you just move left, right, left, right. Whenever you get the thing, you try not to move a lot so other people can dodge. And then you move. At the end of intermission, this is very important. At the end of intermission, everyone gets this. So this is where you want to watch out. Maybe use an external or anything you have there, defensive.
Ancestral guidance.
3, 2, 1.
I believe in 3 seconds. Yeah, so now everyone gets it, basically. So this is the part where most of the people die or drop low HP. I don't know how that makes them die, actually. But yeah, that's it. And then from a range perspective, this is the healer. Most likely the healer will be in the inner ring, and then the range behind him. Range, they have it much easier here on this boss. Anyways, you just keep moving left. You see the pizza slice, how it is? You just keep moving left, right, left, right, left, right. Left, right, sorry, and you just make sure you don't move whenever you have this so the others can dodge. I'm gonna move to the end. I think now is when everybody gets it. 3, 2, now everyone gets it, basically. This is a bit tough, but you guys can figure it out here. So you have to double dodge or stuff like that. The Holy Paladin will most likely take number 8. Melees will be this, and then ranged and evokers and healers will be here. We'll assign rescues. Each evoker will rescue his partner to their marker for the shields. That's small things we'll talk about later. This is it for melees and range. This is it. You guys are done. I'll talk to the tanks now. One very important thing is, when do I use my personal? Whenever you drop the portal or the dashes go through you. Before the dash, because the dash does insane damage. You want to pop your defensive before the dash. Okay? Melees and range, thank you for listening. You can rewatch this video to watch the POVs more and more, or go watch your own class and how they do this fight. Tanks, if I can have your attention, boys. It's very simple, it's very easy. If the guys don't fuck us over and don't drop a portal on Skull, the movement is super, super easy. First things first, you identify where you're going to move the boss to by looking at the two red mobs next to each other. I have some options that will help you see them easier, so we'll talk about that later. But this is what's his face perspective. We're going to watch through Dratnos perspective. I need to talk about one more thing, thanks, before I move forward, because there's something important here. If the guys do exactly as we talked about and they don't drop a portal here and then they go crisscross with these, the first safe spot will be orange. There will be no portal on orange. So what you do is you identify the marker, you go there, and then you move the boss orange. You don't always move the boss orange, you look for the two ads next to each other. And we'll see that on the example. Okay, so you move the boss to orange. That's the first safe spot, if no clone was placed on Skull. That's for the first one. That's after the two markers, right? For the first one. After that, for the second dashes, yellow will be the safe spot, because the ad that was here will go to orange and yellow will be safe. So very simple. You move the boss to the middle, and after the middle, yellow. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We can write this down as a note so you guys can always know it, but I'm pretty sure it'll take you a few pulls and you guys will figure it out. Like, that's nothing compared to what you guys have done. And then we'll talk about intermission, how you guys have to play intermission a bit different than others. Like, you're gonna intentionally take damage so others have it easy. Okay, let's watch. I believe this is the, yeah. So what, yeah, let me move back a bit. So while this portal is happening, I don't know who's going to be tanking here, but you're already figuring out where to go. You're like, okay, 1, 2, I see two ads next to each other, I'm going to go red marker. Why? Because I want this to run through and this to run through. Red marker. Two next to each other. Our goal is to do 2, 1, 2, 2, and then 2, 3. So you always want to hit 2 every single time.
Dashes to the red marker.
You see, so Dratnos is moving the boss red. They were a bit late here, but whatever. They fix it. I think red is the, yeah, this is perfect. You don't have to go exactly to red, you go next to it. The boss gets hit by 2. Okay, we already know orange is the safe spot, so they know, the tanks already know, so they're moving there slowly. She does the daggers, she's not movable here, so just wait for her to finish, and then we're moving her. I think this is when they tone switch. Orange for the next rafts. Easy peasy. I'll skip through this. And now she's going to do the through the boss, and you already know yellow's going to be safe spot. So you just tank her in the middle, and you get ready to move her to yellow. Or star marker. And that's it, you're moving her to star. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now the next part is intermission, and I'll let it play here. Watch how Dratnos and Snap they do intermission, because I think that's how we should do it. Intentionally take damage, and I think you'll have AoE AMS here, Josh. So we'll have to talk about that also. I think AoE AMS should definitely be used in this phase. You don't move with the debuff, of course, even if you're in the Kaka, and you stand still. I think when the boss does the last blazes or whatever these are called, you intentionally stand in the Kaka so people can be in the safe spot.
Alright. Everyone getting an orb here.
Should be last one here. You stay here on purpose.
Oh my god.
And I don't know if he popped. He popped the trinket. I think, yeah. He popped the trinket. And the other tank was with him. And that's it. That's it. You intentionally take extra damage in that intermission to make it easier for the others, especially the melees. Yeah, that's it, boys. If I forgot anything, I'll add it later, but this should be all of it. Yeah.